everyone. Welcome to our session on harnessing indigenous Hindu wisdom for a global resilience. Before we begin, let us offer our salutation and reverence to our Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let all sit straight. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एहं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं नमामि. Nithyanandam, everyone. Today we will explore how Kailasa, revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, brings forth ancient yet revolutionary solutions to some of humanity's greatest challenges. Over the next 2 hours, we will see how the timeless 10,000-year-old Hindu sciences offer pathway to address climate change, public health crisis, food insecurities, and digital inequality. It's my honor to introduce our first presenter, Ma Vijayapriyananda, the permanent UN ambassador of Kailasa, the sovereign Hindu nation which today operates in over 150 countries through its de facto embassies. She'll be speaking on Kailasa's approach to climate action. Let me share slides.
Nithyananda. Yes, Nithyanandam, everyone. What? Yes, thank you so much. I hope I am
Thank you so much.
audible. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. It's a great pleasure for me to be present here. And I welcome each and every one of you to our session today, which is on the harnessing the indigenous Hindu wisdom for global resilience and KAILASA's approach to climate action, public health, food security, and digital equity. So today we will explore how KAILASA, the first nation for Hindus, revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has offers an ancient yet very revolutionary solutions to some of the greatest challenges that we are facing today. And so over the next 2 hours, we will journey into how the timeless sciences of Hinduism, shaped over more than 10,000 years, provide practical and powerful strategies to address climate change, public health crisis, and food insecurity, as well as digital inequity.
Nityanandam, everyone. We are experiencing some technical glitches. So, Ma Vijaypriya should be back on soon, continuing her presentation.
Nithyanandan, everyone. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining today. And it's a great pleasure to be here today. It's a great honor to be here with all of you today. And I welcome each and every one of you to our session on harnessing the indigenous Hindu wisdom for global resilience and KAILASA's approach to climate action, public health, food security, and digital equity. And so today we are going to explore how KAILASA, which is the first nation for Hindus, the only Hindu nation that is revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, offers ancient yet revolutionary solutions to some of the greatest challenges that humanity is facing today. And so over the next 2 hours, we will journey into how the timeless sciences of Hinduism, shaped over more than 10,000 years, provide practical and powerful strategies to address climate change, public health crisis, food insecurity, and digital inequity. So to set the stage, I would like to share a few key highlights of KAILASA's contributions. KAILASA operates its humanitarian services in over 150 countries, and it has also established more than 16,638 spiritual embassies globally. And through its No Hungry Home initiative and the Nityananda Annalaya programs, it has served over 1 billion Sattvic vegetarian meals worldwide and continuing. KAILASA has also digitized over 3 million ancient indigenous Hindu scriptures, creating the world's largest repository of spiritual indigenous sciences. And through the Ishanya project, KAILASA has set a bold target, which is to uplift 10 million people out of poverty in the near future. This session is about how the indigenous Hindu civilization that is revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism offers solutions for a sustainable, equitable, and enlightened future for all of humanity. And before we dive into this segment, which is climate action through conscious ecology, I would like to play a video where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself is addressing this issue that we are facing today.
We can't wait. We can't postpone taking action to balance the climate and protect humanity. Climate change is the biggest problem. It's not imagination. It's not story. It's not theory. Hinduism can really solve the problems of the climate change. It can save the planet Earth and humanity.
Yes. Climate change is not an imagination, it is not a story, it is not a theory, as all of us would have realized now. And while the Earth climate has changed throughout its history, the current warming is happening at a rate not seen in the past 10,000 years due to human activities. Yet, if you look at the ancient Hindu civilization, it has achieved remarkable advancements in economics, technology, science, social systems, all while maintaining environmental harmony. You can also see here on the screen to the right, some of the advancements and contributions of the Hindu civilizations. And the ancient enlightened indigenous Hindu civilizations also once thrived across 56 nations, contributing significantly to global progress and accounting alone for more than 40% of the world's GDP circa 2000 years ago. Non-vegetarianism, particularly the production and consumption of meat and dairy, contributes significantly to the environmental degradation through livestock farming. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has given us a very simple yet radical truth. He says, if just this one principle of Hinduism, that no cow meat is consumed, is followed, the whole global warming problem will be solved. No killing of cows, no animal farming for food. And this profound statement is not just a philosophy, it is now backed by modern science and hard data. So let us look at the numbers. Yes, thank you. And let's see here the root cause, the analysis of the root cause. See, if we look at the statistics here on the slide, you will see how livestock farming is responsible for over 18% of global carbon emission, more than the entire transportation sector combined. And a 2018 study covering 119 countries reported that 83% of agricultural land is devoted to livestock, including grazing and feed, yet it produces only 18% of global calories. Additionally, producing just 1 kilogram of beef releases as many greenhouse gases as driving 100 to 250 kilometers, while 1 kilogram of lentils is equivalent to just 4 kilometers of driving. The world's cattle alone consume enough food to feed 8.7 billion people, more than the entire human population. And in the next slide, yes, so now let us look at KAILASA's vegetarian mission. In 2019, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, a staunch advocate for environmental protection, proclaimed his commitment to eliminating non-vegetarian lifestyles from the planet and establishing vegetarianism as the natural way of life for all humanity. Under the leadership of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, millions of people worldwide have been initiated into vegetarian living through Vishesha Diksha, which is a powerful spiritual initiation. Now you may ask, what is the need for an initiation from an avatar of Paramashiva? The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is, as per the science of incarnation in Hinduism, he is the incarnation of Paramashiva, who is the primordial Hindu divinity. So you may ask, why do we need Vishesha Diksha, this powerful spiritual initiation, to bring this mass change, shifting people to vegetarianism? See, during this initiation, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism transmits spiritual energy to the initiates, which helps them to overcome cravings and attachments to non-vegetarian food. This energy transmission is intended to support the psychological and physical transition to a vegetarian or vegan diet. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also revived the Bhaga Shastra, which is the ancient cookbook of sacred vegetarianism, ensuring that food is not only healthy but also prepared with spiritual consciousness, compassion and reverence for all life. The Bhaga Shastra was originally revealed by Paramashiva circa 60,000 years ago, and it was penned down, it was written more than 2,000 years ago, and the only surviving printed edition is today safeguarded in KAILASA's Nithyananda Jnanalaya, which is the world's largest Hindu library, and it is made completely free to everybody. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, through KAILASA, has served over 1 billion free vegetarian meals prepared according to the ancient indigenous Bhaga Shastra, incorporating the unique element of Aushadha, which is the medicinal herbs, to support the physical health and nourish the body and mind as a path towards enlightenment, not merely to satisfy hunger, but also to overcome all sorts of cravings. the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has also revived Nirahara Samyama, which is a powerful discipline that reduces food cravings and promotes energy rejuvenation, detoxification, and heightened awareness through advanced techniques of prana circulation and deep meditative practices, ultimately supporting increased vitality and longevity. And next we are going to take a look at the revolutionary dairy systems in KAILASA. KAILASA has redefined the dairy practices through its ahimsa, meaning the non-violent dairy initiative, which is a complete departure from the exploitative industrial farming. And in this sacred system, when the cows are no longer able to produce milk, they are not sent to slaughterhouses. Instead, they are lovingly cared for and protected for their entire lives. This eliminates one of the key drivers of methane-heavy beef production, significantly reducing greenhouse gas emissions. In the Hindu tradition, as some of you may know, cows are honored as Go Mata, meaning mother, the ever-giving, nourishing mother. The ancient scriptures such as the Srimad Bhagavatam list the cow among the 7 mothers of humanity. And the cow-based byproducts such as milk, dung, urine are used not for profit but for organic farming, Vedic rituals and natural fertilizers, creating zero waste, closed-loop ecosystems. And so therefore, by replacing the chemical fertilizers with natural alternatives such as the cow dung and urine, greenhouse gas emissions, particularly nitrous oxide from industrial agriculture, are drastically reduced. Organic cow-based farming also enriches the soil health, improves carbon sequestration, and reduces dependency on fossil fuel-intensive chemical outputs. Now, let us look at the reforestation initiatives of KAILASA and the various environmental initiatives. KAILASA is spearheading a global reforestation mission rooted in the Hindu principle that the earth is sacred and alive. The earth is mother. Already, thousands of sacred oxygen-yielding trees have been planted across KAILASA's spiritual embassies and ecosystems. KAILASA's ecosystems maintain over 1,008 medicinal oxygen-rich plants such as tulsi, aloe vera, and neem, which are recognized in Ayurveda for their healing and environmental benefits. In regards to the zero waste and plastic-free policies of KAILASA, for over a decade, KAILASA has enforced a complete ban on single-use plastics across its ecosystems in more than 100 countries. Instead, it promotes time-tested biodegradable Vedic alternatives such as areca leaf and banana leaf plates, neem wood toothbrushes, earthenware and copper utensils. And with the world producing more than 40 million tons of plastic waste annually, these ancient solutions offer a scalable, sustainable model for modern societies. Now let us look at the global impact of KAILASA's initiatives. KAILASA's spiritual embassies and organizations in more than 150 countries function as a living laboratory for ecological policies, demonstrating that sustainable practices are not just theories but they are working models. Our representatives actively contribute to international dialogue, including the United Nations Environment Programme, amplifying indigenous solutions at the global stage. By transitioning towards KAILASA's plant-based, ahimsa-driven model, vast ecosystems currently destroyed for livestock could be restored to forests, wetlands, and grasslands, reversing centuries of environmental damage. The Ishanya project, which is a unique project initiated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. And so beyond the climate action, also the KAILASA integrates sustainability into every model, every aspect of human life through this project, the Ishanya project, which is a massive recycling and reuse initiative collecting surplus medical equipments, clothing, digital tools from developed countries and redistributing these resources to underprivileged regions via KAILASA's global infrastructure, bridging inequalities while reducing waste. And this is completely free of cost. The entire process end to end, from the collection to the redistribution, it is made, this service, this project is made completely free of cost to all. And as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam emphasizes, repair, reuse and recycle have been the functional principles of KAILASA for the last 27 years. And the vision is that through its ecological policies, the grassroots projects, and the international advocacy, KAILASA demonstrates how the indigenous Hindu wisdom that has been revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, can reshape the global systems, making sustainability not just achievable but also inevitable. And with this, I come to the end of the presentation of this section, which is on climate change and climate action. But however, before ending, I would like to play a short video again from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Let us hear from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism directly what he has to say about climate change. What is the key cognition that humanity needs to have in order to eliminate the climate crisis that we are all facing today. It is very simple solution addressing the root issue, but what is required is a cognitive shift in humanity.
We human beings need to wake up to the reality. Mother Nature, Moola Prakriti, is a living being, consciously, independently intelligent, living being. Then we will address the climate crisis from the right point of view. Only understanding from the point of view of karma, climate crisis can be handled and resolved, never through the maths, but through the principle of karma, cause and effect.
Thank you so much, and I hope this segment was informative to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma Vijay, for those beautiful insight of how what Kailasa is prepping for the climate initiatives. Next, we move to the presentation on food security. I will be the presenter for that segment. So let's get started. So, a little about me. I am a chief data architect, which had about more than 20 years' experience in Canada. I am also a representative of Nithyananda Meditation Academy, which is the Kailasa chapter in Canada. My work bridges the fields of science, technology, diplomacy, and indigenous knowledge system with the focus on advancing the UN Sustainable Development Goals. I am particularly engaged in exploring how indigenous wisdom, holistic health practices, and modern data driven solutions can come together to address pressing global challenges from mental well being and climate resilience. It is an honor to be here to contribute to this important conversation on creating equitable, inclusive, and sustainable future. So, what is global food security crisis as of today? Despite the world producing more food than ever, hunger remains a critical issue. Millions face dire food insecurity daily. 673 million people were undernourished, and an alarming 2.3 billion people suffered moderate to severe food insecurity. 300 million people in crisis level situation, including 1.9 million facing catastrophic hunger. So let's look at what is Kailasa's indigenous contribution to the UN Zero Hunger Goal. Through the vision and leadership of SPH Bhavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, Kailasa is contributing directly to the UN Zero Hunger Goal by reviving sacred Hindu food system that treat food as medicine and distribution as a spiritual responsibility. Kailasa has 16,638 food bank across 196 countries. It has touched more than 1 billion people through Sattvic meals and 12 million people assisted through No Hungry Stomach campaign in 80 countries. By integrating Vedic agriculture, seed sovereignty, sustainable organic farming, and advanced yogic sciences like Nirahara Samyama, SPH and Kailasa offer not only emergency relief, but also long term resilience, providing the ancient knowledge. When combined with the modern humanitarian frameworks, can create a world where no being goes hungry. Now let's hear it, each of the item which Kailasa contributes to the zero hunger goal of the UN. Let's take one at a time. The first one is treat food as medicine. Let's hear it from Supreme Pontiff of himself on this, why the food need to be treated as medicine.